What's crazy about paper football is there's a company called Klutz. Who remembers Klutz? Now, Klutz, you used to get at one store that I'm going to bring up soon. Who remembers Zany Brainy? There was one here in the Wayne Hills part of the Willowbrook Mall, and I look every year for pictures of Zany Brainy. Not any location for that particular one. Zany Brainy was heaven. If you remember Zany Brainy, it was every kid's dream. You went to Zany Brainy, they had everything. It was like a learning center, and they had toys, they had books, and they just had every little cool knick-knack. And one of the things they had there were these Klutz products. So Klutz is a very special company. I'm not going to dive too much into Klutz, but they would have like educational books with a toy or with something that would go along with it. And there's a Klutz paper football book out there. And it was basically the same shape as the paper football we would make, which was basically like a triangle, but it was made out of like a leather, and it was like sewn and like, bound together. So then it taught you how to play paper football with this not paper, little leather knickknack here. Zany Brainy had something called a Klutz foxtail. It came with a book too. So let me put in perspective what a foxtail was. If you remember what a foxtail was. It was basically like a miniature baseball. It wasn't super hard like a baseball, though. It was leather, made of the same type of shit like a baseball was, but it was a little squishier. And let's say halfway or 70% the way down of the ball, there was this nylon parachute material, multicolored, like patchwork, adhered to the end of the ball and sewn in, and it would create this tail at the end down to a point, which is essentially the foxtail. But this thing was amazing. So it was a game, and the book that came with the Klutz foxtail would basically teach you how to play foxtail. Now, the goal of foxtail was not just to catch the ball. It's basically like you're playing catch. So you would throw this ball, and the foxtail would create and have it like soar through the sky like you've never seen before. But the objective wasn't to catch it at the ball itself, but it was to catch it at the tail. And the closer you got up the tail towards the ball, you'd get more points. And it was a fantastic game. And I wonder if foxtail is still around today. Not only that, but is Klutz still around? And if you are, sponsor me, Klutz. Klutz is the most nostalgic brand in America to this day.